Good evening. It's 6:01, and I'd like to call to order the Raymore Board of Adjustment regular meeting for Wednesday, June the 12th. Roll call
Chairman Hatcher.
here.
Board Member Woods.
Here.
Board Member Bailey.
Here.
Board Member Velasco.
Here.
Board Member Harrison.
Here.
And Board Member Martin.
Here.
Next on the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance. If everyone would please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next on the agenda is the consent agenda, which is the approval of the minutes from the April 10th, 2024 meeting. Do I have a,
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes from the April 10th, 2024 meeting.
I'll second.
second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion to approve the consent agenda for the approval of the meeting minutes from April 10th, 2024 has been approved. Is there any unfinished business? None. The next item for agenda is the new business, which is case number 24005, 411 South Pelham Path, offense variance. Next, we will be opening up a public hearing. Are we going to have a public hearing? Okay, public hearing at 6:03. Public hearing, if there is anyone here in attendance that would like to speak, please come forward, state your name and your address, please.
The applicant will be coming up and speaking first.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Michael Briggs. I'm here on behalf of my mother-in-law, Sandra Hyde. My current address is 1614 Southeast Willow in Lee Summit.
Thank you. And your request?
My request today is my stepdaughter has her best friend, her dog. My entire family just moved from California, and it's been an undertaking. It's been tears, it's been joy. My wife and my stepdaughter are currently in California for another week and a half until I go out there. What we're trying to obtain is the current fence is dilapidated. It's old. Some of it's fallen apart. It doesn't really look that good. But I've been doing construction for over 30 years, and I'd like to come in and help her get a 6-foot privacy fence up, not only for the dog that does jump. I mean, she is a family dog, but she jumps. But also, I'm finding out that my father-in-law also wants to put a pool in the future. So it would help a few areas, but that's my request today.
Okay, thank you. Staff?
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Briggs. Tonight you have in front of you a request for a variance regarding the Unified Development Code of Section 440.030C2, allowing for a privacy fence to be located within the required front yard setback. The project is located at 411 Southwest Pelham Path, and this is generally located at the southeast corner of Cove Drive and South Pelham Path. The existing zoning for the property is R1 single family. To the north, south, and west of the property is R1 single family as well, and to the east is R1P, which is going to be the single family residential plan district. Being that this is a public hearing, I'd like to enter a few items into the record. Exhibit 1 would be a notice to adjoining property owners. Exhibit 2, the notice in the newspaper, which was advertised on May the 22nd, 2024 in the North Cass Herald. Exhibit 3 will be the application. Exhibit 4 is the Unified Development Code. Exhibit 5 is the staff report. Starting with a little bit of the history of the property, the subject property is identified as Lot 293 as part of Fox Haven 9th Plat. This plat was unanimously approved by the City Council on July 8th of 1996. And the following year, a single-family dwelling was constructed on this lot and issued a certificate of occupancy. One of the things that we felt important in the history was that recently, in October of 2023, the 36th Amendment for the Unified Development Code was approved by the City Council, which specifically dealt with fences, and so I'll get with a little more detail later on in the presentation, but that felt it was important to have in the history because that has been recently approved, as well as this board has definitely seen multiple requests for fences of this nature, and so want to be able to differentiate that and kind of tee it up for the rest of the presentation. Within the staff comments, notices of request were mailed to 21 adjoining property owners. No objections or concerns were raised. However, one adjoining property owner, which resides at 1523 Cove Drive, immediately east of the subject property, submitted a letter of support for the applicant, and that letter is in your packet for your review. And then finally, we get kind of to the meat and potatoes of the report here, which is the amendment. And so if you look at comment 3B, it says on all corner lots of residential district, any fence legally erected prior to the date of adoption of the code and not in compliance with the provisions of the section, but are proposed to be maintained or replaced with a fence of identical material, type, size, and location, are not creating or expanding any further nonconformities within the section shall be permitted to be repaired or replaced. So they're partially in compliance with this and partially not. And what I mean by that is the material doesn't change, it's still wood, and the location is being proposed to be in the same location as it is now. The two deviations from the code and what is being proposed is the type of fence, which is currently a 4-foot decorative wood fence, and they're wanting a 6-foot privacy wood fence. So those are kind of the deviations, and I wanted to really hit that home to make sure that the board understood kind of what the request is for tonight. If the application request for the variance is approved by the board, the applicant would still need to obtain a fence permit and pay the associated fee before the permit can be issued. And then finally, a concurring vote of 4 members for the board should be necessary to decide in favor of the applicant. Staff submits their proposed findings of fact and recommends to the board to accept the staff proposed findings of fact and approve case number 24005, 411 South Pelham Path, fence variance. This would conclude staff report, and happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Does anyone on the board have any questions for the applicant or the staff? Okay. Seeing none, the public hearing is now closed at 6:08. Do I have a motion regarding case number 24005, 411 South Pelham Path, fence variance?
Motion to approve?
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? No. Motion passes to approve case number 24005 at 411 South Pelham Path on the fence variance. Thank you all for being here tonight. Appreciate it. Thank you. The next agenda item. That's right. You're very welcome. Have a good evening. Thank you. Welcome to Raymore. Staff comments? Mr. Eppert?
Thank you, ma'am. Tonight, I'm going to be, as you notice, Mr. Gress is not here, so I'm going to be giving a little bit of the monthly report, as well as just kind of an update within the department. Within the month of May, there were 12 single-family permits issued, and two of the kind of the things to highlight is, if you notice right here at the corner of Sunset and 58, HTO has received their certificate of occupancy, and they're looking to open to the public this month. So should be relatively soon. Excited for that. And then as well, you'll also see some site grading and really just some things going on in between Go Car Wash and Scooters. That'll be the multi-tenant building that was approved late last year. And so that's exciting to kind of see come online and see some things coming aboard, especially after the kind of the landfill and just seeing more things kind of pick up. And we're noticing some things pick up as we move forward in this year. Also, to make note, July 10th, our meeting will be canceled. No items have been filed. So you guys are free to go on that. And finally, just wanted to wish everybody a happy 4th, as we will not see you before that. That would conclude staff report.
Thank you.
Do we have a date on when Lenona's is opening over in the plaza?
I have heard this month, but it could be next. So I heard this month when it was first being kind of going through the process. So I don't know if that was.
They are very close. As their leasing agent, they are very close. We are waiting on a liquor license.
Okay. Thank you.
So Dylan, if you could push that on through, we'd be grateful for that. Any board comments? Thank you. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes to adjourn. Meeting is concluded at 6:11 on Wednesday, June the 12th. Thank you all very much. Boom.
Boom.
So